Hello, everybody, peoples and peepettes, and you too. You know, you right there. Yeah, you. You're welcome too. Come on in. We got something we're gonna try today. Me and Andrew have fiddled with this one time already, and he's sitting there. Hello. What we have sitting here on the table would be a P50 Pioneer. P50, P51, P60, P61, P62. Y'all know the problems with these is finding air filters for them. Well, I do have some air filters. I do have a couple of the flat ones that lay up in here. And there's nothing wrong with the air filter on this one. It's actually really nice, and the rubber is really nice and soft and everything. And well, this might be on one of the Pioneer websites for sale here before long. Because if this works like I think it's going to, I'm not going to need it. Because, well, for one, I don't like that air filter. For two, I don't like this design. So what do we do when we don't like a design? What do we do, Andrew? We change it. We went to the hardware store and we had to get some longer bolts. Well, they didn't have bolts, so I got studs and lock nuts. And yes, I know the nuts are on there backwards. They're on there backwards for a reason. Because we're going to use this little doohickey right here off of a 372 Husqvarna or 365 X-Torque. And I might have to actually cut this little nub off right here, but
something you can still buy.
Yeah, you can buy this piece, and this is for the low top air filter, like this air filter here. And yes, I know this filter is nasty, but I do not care. This is for mock-up purposes only. I actually have another air filter right here I'm going to run, but I could find that one. So we're going to attempt to do this and see what happens. So before anybody says anything, I took this, and this was for an X-Torque, so it had a center divider. I cut the center divider out with a Dremel tool. Just same thing I port with. I just
a tile cutter.
Just a tile cutter. I just whacked her out there and smoothed the sides up. And I drilled these holes larger. Now the only thing about this one is you're gonna have to be ginger when you tighten it up. Gentle. Because it's not gonna take a whole lot of pressure. I will revise that later. Right now we're just looking for fit and function. So we're going to see if this will fit on here. I've already got one of the screws out because we had to go to the store to get screws, and I needed to know what size they were because I did not know. Now hopefully I can get the longer stud in here. That might be the next problem, is getting the stud in. But well, we don't know yet, but we're going to find out. We are going to find out. We're going to find out. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a real problem, I'm sure. I may have to lift it up and put everything on it and then set her back down in the hole. Yep, I'm about sure that's what we're going to have to do. Let me take the gas cap loose. I said, let me take the gas cap loose. The gas cap on this one's a little bit stiff, but, well, it is what it is. We're going to try to pop this rascal off here. This saw runs and everything, so we're not looking to do a whole lot of anything at the moment.
It's the test subject for the day.
Yeah, this is one of our get her dones. Getting this throttle linkage off of here sometimes is a real pain. I don't even remember how we did this the last time. Probably like that. I'll get it off in a minute. The main thing is I want to make sure the gasket is on there. And this is the carburetor I intend on putting on it later. Ooh, the pulse tube is in the right place.
A plus for us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's going to work so much better. Yeah, we're not going to do that right now. You'll see it whenever we get ready to do it. But here's what we had to do was get longer bolts. And that's still a little bit of an issue right there. Okay, there's our first issue. We got to get shit of that. There's a little nub sticking up there, and there's no hole in the carburetor. So nub removal 101. Now the next thing we're going to have to do is the nuts won't touch all the way down on that. It will on this one. No, it won't either. We're probably going to have to do I'm going to have to do a little modifying right here, but we're not going to do it just yet. We're going to see if this will go on there, because we're curious to make sure it fits. And then we'll back up and then we're going to back up and do the rest of it. Because I don't want to sit here and make it all fit if it's not going to work. You know what I mean? And that's going to have to come off of there. But I'm not even going to put the throttle linkage back on it just yet. I'm just going to bolt the carburetor on with this on here. Me and Andrew stuck some stuff up under here on the P62 to see if it would do, and it seemed to. Now why these studs ain't wanting to start in there real easy, I don't know, but we'll figure that out in a minute. Right now, this is what we want to do. We want to get that on there, get this on, latch it down, put this in, and we are hitting a little bit. See, this is why I don't want to just modify everything just yet. I want to see what it's going to take to get it under there. Basically, have to cut the bottom of the airbox lid out. Yep. Gonna have to cut the bottom of the lid out. Right in the middle. Will the one off the P40 fit on this? Or the Farm Light? Because that would take care of the problem. That would take care of the problem. That's one of the things that I was worried about. That's why I wanted to get this on here before I went through all the trouble of making everything. Because that will, it basically all works except for that. But if you cut that hole out, it'll fit. All right, let me see what I'm going to do, and then we'll bring you back, show you. All right, y'all. We were looking. We've already checked this before on a 62, and it actually fit a P62. So we're going to show you this and let you decide what you want to do. This is a P62 top cover. It's magnesium. Fits right on there. No problem. So it'll fit the P62 with no problems. That probably means it'll fit the P61, maybe the P60. I'm not 100% sure. All right, on the 50, the cover is plastic and it's double road because it has air portions up through there, or air ports, or whatever you want to call them. So this is one that I have on an old farm saw that doesn't run, and I took it off and it has a hole cut in it. I don't know how that happened. Maybe not. But anyway, it's got a hole in it. So it fits on there too now. So if you've got a Pioneer and you need an air filter assembly with a little bit of modifying some stuff from the hardware store, but you will have to cut a hole right here unless you have a P62 lid.
That cover was just too nice to cut.
This cover is really nice, and I don't really want to cut it. But the one for the farm handsaw, I'm not overly concerned with it, and I don't mind putting it on there. It's missing the rubber hickey back here. I've got to find one of them. And I ain't gonna swear I won't cut this one. I might just cut it with a saw instead of a Dremel. I mean, I don't know how to cut them. That's what I meant to say. But all right. So now that we know that, so if you have a P62 cover, it fits fine. If not, it's going to require some modifying or run it without the cover. Of course, I ain't gonna swear you couldn't put a longer screw in there and just bush it up. It looks silly, but it's an air filter. All right, I'm going to stop this, and we're going to look and see what we got going on in here, and then as we do it, we're going to film a little bit more. So let me get a look and see what we got going, and we'll go from there. All right. I don't know if y'all can see that real well. I made them two little standoff bushings so the nuts would clear. I got that much stick through on my studs, which is about the same as what the bolts were. So we're going to see if we can't get this rascalinator back up in here and snug her up and see what it looks like. Yeah. That thing sits a little bit on the crooked side, but we're going to see what it'll do anyway. We're going to see what it'll do anyway. If I can get all the stuff hooked back up. Getting the choke back in these rascals. I'm not particularly fond of this setup, but it's on there anyway. It's on there nonetheless. I don't know why the carburetor don't act like it wants to go on there. The studs act like they don't want to screw in for whatever reason. But I tried them without the carburetor and they screw in fine. I think it's just a little perpendicular. I don't get why it's acting like that. But the studs actually screw in just fine. Unless that thing's just a shade on the wider side. I don't know if it's giving me a fit and I don't like it. I'm probably going to have to back up and punt. I might have to take them and cut screwdriver slots in them, y'all. Give me just a minute. Alright, we're going to try it again. I cut them nubs off. I cut my screwdriver slots in there. So, I actually was going to cut them things off the bottom and I forgot. Whoopsie. That might have been part of the trouble. Yep, I think it was. But nonetheless, I got screwdriver slots in there now, so I can kind of screw them in with a screwdriver. We're going to get them screwed in as far as we can with a screwdriver, and then we'll snug them up with a wrench. That's why I put them on the way I did. Because I wanted to have good access to them. You know what? That might even lower it down some. We'll check it again. I think it'll still hit, but we're just gonna snug the locking nuts up now. Put the fuel line back on. Choke works. All right, y'all. I got an air filter running around here that I can't never find except when I don't want it. So I don't know exactly where it's at. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can find one. All right. In typical fashion here, probably everywhere else, we cannot locate another filter at the moment. So I cleaned this one off with some brake cleaner and it looks much more better. So we're going to set it up in here. We're going to click her down there. I want to see now because the carburetor sits down farther now. I know it still won't clear it, but it's a lot closer. Yeah, you could actually make a bushing and raise that up. Or like I say, you can cut your filter cap and then it fits on. Or if you can find a P52 filter cap or P62 cap, which is dang near impossible to find. But it's an option. I mean, hey, you never can tell. But there's that one. But this is an option for a decent filter design. I'm not going to swear that there's not, you know what else I bet would work better? The low top for the 570.
Maybe.
We might have to check on that. I've got one of them out there. But right now we're going to stick with this one for the moment. So I bet she'll smoke when we crank her. What you want to think? Let's see if it'll fire off. Might do something about gas.
If it didn't smoke, I'd probably be concerned.
It's probably going to smoke real good.
Well,
P50 Pioneer. I'm not even going to turn the choke on for the first pull or two. I figured that would happen. Y'all, for now, that's where we're going to go. That's a 362 or 365X torque, 372X torque, low top filter housing, and air filter on a P50 Pioneer. It will fit directly on the P62. You just got to get your studs to fit in there, or your bolts. You have to make them little washers or little bushings to space in there, unless you can find some socket head cap screws that are right length. Our hardware store did not have any. I considered buying some longer ones and cutting them and threading them, but I was trying to do something that somebody in the shop with a hacksaw can do. Them little bushings I made them, I just found a little bushing. There was already a bushing. I held it with a drill, or held it with a pair of pliers. Drilled the hole with a hand drill. It's not easy, but it's possible. Then I ground them to length with the belt sander. Bench grinder will work. I could have put it in the vise possibly and cut it in half and used each half. It would have been hard to do, but it's not impossible. You'd have to take a piece of, it'd probably be take a bolt that just would fit or drill bit and just reach in there and kind of saw around it and break it off and then touch it up with the sander or whatever. But if you've got a P62, just drill your holes and bolt it on there basically, and your cap will fit. If you don't, if you have the plastic cap, you do have to cut a hole in it. You cut this hole out here, cut this rib out. I don't think that would make a big difference for the cap, because if I was going to mod one of these and make it breathe hard, I'd probably cut that out anyway, so it could get more air, because this is the air intake here, and without it being opened up, you can only flow through them two little sockets there. So that's what you want. That's what you're gonna get. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like this saw.
Better air filtration for a Pioneer.
Yes, so, better air filtration. Make them last longer.
Yep, that's what it's all about.
Anybody that's bought a cylinder for one of these knows these cylinders ain't cheap.
And hard to find.
And they're extremely hard to find. And I have a 655 boost port cylinder that's probably gonna go on here. Yeah, I do. Got the coil in for it the other day, so. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe, be kind, treat each other the way you want to be treated. God bless. And Bellhopper out.